In our last video, we were in the central Florida town of Winter Haven, the water ski capital of the world, also the home of the first public supermarket. While strolling through the downtown, we came upon a farmer's market. Caroline explored the alleyways looking for street art. And of course, I found myself a local brewery. In this video,
we're in Lakeland, Florida.
Lakeland was the third of 4 stops that we made when exploring Central Florida in February 2024. Lakeland is situated in Polk County, which is east of Tampa. For context, this video focuses entirely on the downtown, as do most of our videos, and we're starting at Lake Wire, which is next to the Swan Brewery, just adjacent to the heart of downtown.
We're in downtown Lakeland. We actually came in last night, but the downtown streets were blocked off for a street festival, so we didn't get a chance to. So it's early Sunday morning, and we're back down here to take a look.
Didn't get a chance to film is what I meant to say there.
We're on the corner of Oak and Kentucky. This was the street that was blocked off last night, so we're assuming this is really the heart of downtown. So let's go check it out.
We did end up attending the Valentine Street Fair the night before and enjoyed some great food and live music. Lakeland is the largest city in Polk County with about 113,000 residents. It was settled in the 1870s, the railroad got there in 1884, and the city was incorporated in 1885.
When we set out on this weekend road trip, we actually had no idea what to expect. We didn't do any research ahead of time. So of the 4 places that we visited, I have to say Lakeland was by far the biggest surprise. But I mean that in the best possible way. This is a fantastic little city. Right off the bat, we spotted some cool artwork alongside of one of the buildings, so that was our first stop.
And in the alleyway across the street, we found even more murals. I am always happy to go traipsing in alleyways to look for street art. There were so many cool buildings from the early 1900s in this downtown. Unfortunately for Lakeland, the town fell on hard times after an initial boom. But part of the city's revival came when the Detroit Tigers started playing there for their spring training in 1934. The Tigers still train there, and they own the city's minor league team, the Lakeland Flying Tigers.
Yeah, if memory serves, 3 of the 4 towns we visited on this weekend were at least at one time home to spring training for Major League Baseball.
This is the first of many swans you'll see throughout downtown. Lakeland is actually nicknamed Swan City because of a large population of swans there. The first swans showed up around 1923, but by 1954 they were eradicated by alligators and other animals. So one of their citizens actually wrote to Queen Elizabeth and asked for some royal swans to be sent to them. The Queen provided the city 2 royal swans in 1957, and the large population they have now are all descendants of those 2.
Apparently, swan genetics don't work like human genetics.
Apparently not. Up on the right here is Munn Park, named after one of the founding fathers, and it's sort of a central feature here in downtown. If there's any common feature in the cities we visit, it's this building right here, the S.H. Kress building. Kress was a 5 and dime store that was open from 1896 to 1981, sort of the Walmart of its day. We see them everywhere. The one here now houses the Children's Museum. Munn Park hosts a variety of festivals throughout the year, including Tasty Tuesdays and Tunes, live music Friday nights, and First Friday.
Yeah, my hat's off to these early developers that thought to put a park somewhere in the center of downtown. What a great gathering place.
Definitely.
If you check other YouTube videos, it looks like they really decorate this park for the holidays as well. For context, these are the buildings directly across the street from the park. At this point, we could see up ahead there was a water feature that we definitely wanted to check out, but we decided to continue along the road we started on just to see what else there was. But don't worry, we'll get to that water feature shortly.
For reference, we were here on a Sunday morning and many of the shops and restaurants were closed. That's why it's not particularly crowded.
Oh yeah, very true. Thanks for bringing that up. And also, had we filmed just, 16 hours earlier, these streets would have been packed with that festival. And as per our usual protocol, we wandered into some alleyways and found some really cool street art. Ahead was the second brewery we stumbled upon, but as Caroline said, it was fairly early on a Sunday, so they were not open yet.
I just loved this building. It's Mojo Federal Swine and Spirits, which is a barbecue place inside an old bank building. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, we noticed earlier that there was a theater in this direction, so that's where we're heading at this point.
This is the Polk Theater, which was built in 1928. It has a 1,400-seat capacity despite the population only being 15,000 at the time it was built. It housed the first air conditioning in the county. A pump used well water to chill the building, and it drew so much power that when it was turned on, the lights in town would dim. Elvis performed at this theater in 1956. It was saved from demolition in 1982 by a group of locals, and it is open now today.
At this point in our journey, it was time to check out one of Lakeland's 38 named lakes. This is Lake Mirror, arguably the centerpiece of the historic downtown. I'm just going to state the obvious here and say this is a beautiful lake, especially given that it's in the heart of downtown. And honestly, it was a complete surprise. We did no homework before coming to this town. We had no idea this thing was even there. So what an amazing surprise it was to stumble onto this area.
And one of the gems of Lake Mirror Park was Hollis Garden. This was built in 2000, and it's a 1.2-acre botanical garden with over 10,000 different plants. And you can sort of see there it's divided into 16 themed sections. It was gorgeous. The area around this lake is known as the Frances Langford Promenade. It was built in the 1920s and named for Lakeland native and actress Frances Langford.
At this point, we decided to complete the loop around the lake to see what was on the other side.
This old Coca-Cola building is now part of the fire department, which sits right next door. One last thing about Lakeland. While we didn't make it there, it's probably worth seeing if you're in town. If you go to the Florida Southern College campus, it houses the largest one-site collection of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture in the world.
With that said, it's time to wrap this up. All right, what do you think of Lakeland?
Lakeland is a cute little city. It really has a great downtown, lots of old buildings, and a vibrant community. I really liked it.
Yeah, Florida seldom disappoints, but this one I would say is an absolute surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. This is an incredibly cute city and well named. There's lakes
Everywhere.
everywhere. The downtown's gorgeous. We got here and there was some kind of festival.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, I can't give this one a bigger thumbs up.
I totally agree.
All right, get off the couch. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.